What's up, everyone? So last night I sat right in front of this camera for 2 hours and was talking just about Bitcoin and how it's affecting real estate. But as I was editing, I realized that I didn't quite sound like myself. I sounded like a potato with a voice box. We're gonna try this again. Let's go. All right, let's talk Bitcoin. So yesterday I was talking about how it's gonna be changing real estate, the mortgage industry, and etc. But in reality, Bitcoin has been here since 2008. The first purchase was for pizza. There has been many transactions, whether it's from dining to retail, that have already gone on using Bitcoin. Now, with that being said, Bitcoin is a currency nonetheless. I mean, you have to think about it like this. You and I, as consumers, we give cryptocurrency a value. A value right now that's sitting at around 57,000. The value that Logan Paul puts on Pokemon cards, or people who put value on stamps or old dollar bills. Bruh. It's the same thing. So how does this translate into real estate? And how does it change it? Why is it disrupting? And the biggest thing you have to know here is smash that like button. Smash that like button. So basically, it's really attractive to own cryptocurrency, even if it's Dogecoin, which is a complete joke. But in recent, you've seen that these things are actually increasing in value. Now, there are skeptics who say, oh, the growth is unsustainable.
Well, eventually the supply of fools runs out and the greatest fool ends up as the bag holder.
But for more trusted platforms of crypto that are widely accepted, like Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, those three are going to continue to hold their value. Even if they're volatile at some point, they've been having consistent growth. And that's actually where we want to see it. We want to see some volatility. We don't want to see consistent growth, because then we look at that as inflation. Then we see that as something that might be way too much of a risk. Bruh. But Bitcoin has been here since 2008. And to back this up, in recent, Tesla has bought into $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. If big companies like this, and it's rumored that Apple is following, if big companies like this see growth and they see value in it, then it's clear to see that this might actually prove to be something that's a long-term investment. Why am I talking about this, and why is it so important to real estate? Well, because it's something that's becoming more and more of a use case and more people are buying into it, it's becoming more of a common thing. We will see, and it's a matter of time, but we will see this creep into real estate, and it has happened. Back in 2017, the first recorded transaction using Bitcoin was in Texas, then California, then in India, then in France, and it's becoming more and more common to see Bitcoin transactions. Now, they might not be true Bitcoin transactions, and in order for this to be a true Bitcoin transaction, it would have to be Bitcoin to Bitcoin, wallet to wallet, not converted using BitPay or whatever else conversion you're going to be using. So this is where things get interesting. Let's look back at February of 2020. Bitcoin was sitting just over $8,000. And as of today, it sits right at 57,000. So there's no surprise there, seeing more and more people convert USD, real, whatever currency that they're in right now. They're moving it to Bitcoin because they see a steady growth and appreciation. There's going to be a competitive edge in real estate soon. You're going to start seeing people give discounts on prices of their homes for people who pay in Bitcoin, not converted, but straight Bitcoin. So none of this is new. Back in 2019, Benjamin Scholl, a developer in Manhattan, took a rental property, old one, needed updating, and he took it, completely renovated, turned it into condos, and sold all of those condos for $15.3 million worth of Bitcoin. He then went on CNBC and talked about how he was keeping the Bitcoin because he saw a long-term use of payments through that. So many, like Benjamin Scholl and other developers and investors, know that there is growth. There's more growth coming, because right now we're only scratching the surface of cryptocurrency and blockchain. And if you thought that was crazy, there are other things that are coming that are not there just yet, but are coming within the next 5 to 10 years, like Ethereum smart contracts becoming more a regulated thing for banks and bitbanks, as they would say, where they would allow the whole process to be within a blockchain. So this will eliminate the intermediaries, much like mortgage lenders, probably even in just underwriters and stuff like that. That's the goal, is to eliminate that process, to cut down the time it takes to process all of those actions. And in late, you would see that if you were to get a mortgage, it usually takes 30 to 45 days, whereas with a smart contract from Ethereum, it could take up as little as 5 days, depending on the valuations and the bank's standards. So the questions are, if you had the opportunity to sell your house for Bitcoin or buy a property with Bitcoin, would you, and why? Be sure to comment below and let me know what you think.